The greatest mistake humanly possible. We're going to cover the IlClan era. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Let me put it like this. I don't like this book. I
And
think
I'm
this
fine with
book
it.
is I think this book is just it's necessary. It's necessary because it finally wraps up a major plot thread. It ends the old era and gets rid of the last of the click text stuff. It's sort of a reset. It's also incredibly stupid.
So just like Warhammer 8th edition, Warhammer 40k 8th edition to be precise.
So, hello there.
Yes.
Welcome to this lore rambling that's going to be very unpleasant. The name is Adam.
And
I'm Tech Priest.
that's our tech priest, and Stormtrooper here, Impsit. And yes, we're going over the IlClan source book for Battletech.
We could have talked about the Suns and Combine Wars, which I find much more interesting. But no, we're doing this. We're doing this. So, welcome to my least favorite of the BattleTech eras, by far. On the one hand, yes, it balances out the tech stats so that you can actually have factions fight worth a damn with each other. On the other hand, I fucking hate Clan Wolf, and I fucking hate the writer mandate that forces this win. I hated it when they forced Chaos to win. I hated it when they forced the Anarchs to be the point of view in Vampire. I'm gonna fucking hate this.
Listen,
I already don't like this horrible crap CGI cover, by the way.
listen, that was the cover art for one of the worst books, and the last book ever
Yeah,
written.
that is
no, second to last book ever written by Blanley Pardoe for the BattleTech franchise. There's a good reason why they didn't let him write more books after the last
he
two.
actually wrote this?
No, he wrote the original fiction novel that covered the events. It's
But
not
look
good.
at that cover. Isn't that exciting? Doesn't that tell you about the IlClan era? Where they're on?
No.
Who these factions are?
It
And
looks like they
it
took
was
terrible stills from Mech Warrior.
He did write some of this book. I'm not sure what parts.
It feels like they took like a bit from Mech Warrior, like a bit of CG art, and then they put it onto an ArtStation unfinished background, and then another ArtStation unfinished mech design, and then just kind of slapped it together. This is what happens when you've given up as a designer.
But when last we left you, we had been talking about the Jihad era.
Basically, what happened was
And that's pretty
Comstar
much
went crazy. Well, more so than usual. The Word of Blake decided to have an emotional crash out, and it culminated in some of the weirdest shit that happens in the setting.
Then they decided to do a complete reboot by setting a Dark Age where we don't even know what happened after that. There's now a Republic of the Sphere where Terra is, and at some point the HPG network goes down.
Which you'd think would end the entire setting completely, but it doesn't.
Because we can still do the Traveler method of sending courier ships with all of our mail.
I actually forgot they got rid of the HPG network, by the way. I actually forgot about that.
This is why the Dark Ages are called the Dark Ages, because there is no more interstellar communication without Pony expressing shit.
But in this chaos, the clans decided, you know what? Let's go at it and let's finally take Terra. And they chip away at the Republic of the Sphere bit by bit until the year 3151.
And then it's basically at this point really stupid thing to keep people from just jumping into Terra. Let me put it like this. I dislike the shit out of the late Dark Age. The early Dark Age has a little bit of potential of like, okay, we're going back to Mad Maxi shit, right?
I mean, yeah, because you'd think that the Sphere would, like, imagine how fucked the entire Sphere, periphery, great house, like, they're all fucked. Like, right, the Suns, where it's like, they're fucked. You know those Outback worlds? They're cooked. They're completely cooked.
Less cooked than you think, but it's more like, all right, the large
How can you
scale
manage
supply
an empire?
chains. Yeah,
You can't.
and we're
Not
going back
really.
to smaller states. We're going back to more of these warring factions and houses, and pirates becoming a major threat in certain areas. There was a lot
I
of
would have
potential.
much preferred that. I would have much preferred that than the bullshit we're about to get. So hey, let's get the writer's pet to force a fucking win. Let's go. Here we go. This is going to be like Storm of Chaos or Vampire 5th Edition, where they had everyone Naruto run to die in Jerusalem.
Honestly, I like that part of 5th edition to a degree, where it's like,
Oh,
all
yeah,
right,
you
let's
clear
just
the
fucking
field.
let's just clear the field. Just
And hey, the
fuck it.
Guru Nation failing, that's something that was going to happen anyway. The way it happened was horseshit.
The way it happened is stupid. Like, again, clearing the field, totally fine. I'm fine with that
Oh
as a
God,
concept. It's how they did it.
you know you're fucked when you're doing worse than 5th edition World of Darkness. Oh no.
It could be worse. This you need
I mean,
to
yeah, I could be
understand
doing this with an ingrown toenail.
not just that. No, when I say this could be worse, I do mean this could be worse.
Oh yeah, HeroClix guys
This
could still be owning this when they write it.
exactly.
With maximum edge.
Let me put it like
God.
this. The Dark Age novels, while they have fans, I am not one of them. The Dark Age novels are a mix of some genuinely good ideas and a fuck ton of grimdark bullshit that just does not fit. And a bunch
We're
of
gonna-
plot things that are chucked out the door, and a need to shoehorn things back into the classic from the Clix text, so you get designs that make zero sense.
We're gonna turn Solaris 7 into a death planet.
We're going to bring back these horrible mechs that are completely outdated, but we're gonna bring them back anyway.
No, it's
You know,
like we're gonna turn it into
the Magisterium Canopus is gonna become a misandrous planet.
they decided to try to turn Solaris into a clan warrior training planet, which is like
That's dumber than anything in this book.
that's kind of stupid.
Clan
I
Warrior
understand-
version of Hogwarts. Okay, that's one of the decisions of all time.
No, it's like I know that clan warriors culture focuses a lot on individual contests and things like that, and yeah, the problem, all right, the problem is it's Solaris. This isn't clan rules you're fighting by. This is a bunch of people hitting the shit out of each other with chainsaws attached to mechs that shouldn't have chainsaws. Like it's fucking WWE, but with giant robots.
My God, that
Solaris.
Irby with the giant chair. He's destroyed. He's destroyed.
Yes, like there are. This is one of the things where I'm like, if you want to run a BattleTech TTRPG, and you want players to have an investment in the mech stuff and the non-mech stuff, set it on Solaris 7.
My question
them be
is,
a
when
team
was
running
Solaris
a-
7 written?
Solaris 7's from pretty early on in the setting.
No, I'm just kind of curious, like when exactly in the decades? Not in the timeline. I mean, when the book was written.
The book was written pretty early on.
What year?
Well, if you're talking about
Are we talking
the concept
90s?
of it? We're talking
Probably-
80s
Okay.
to early 90s.
I was curious because
Like,
I was thinking,
it was
was this an
very early
attempt to
on.
cash in on G Gundam?
No,
It's not. I just wanted to check.
it is very much not. It is much more in the style, like it's in some of the earliest BattleTech novels.
Fair enough.
But-
Fair enough.
Going on from Solaris, we would have to talk about what's going on Terra, or specifically
Shit's
what's
fucked.
happening to it.
It's cooked. Here's an opening art. Here's not an opening art. It's an opening story arc, which.
So Terra's been isolated after the HPG network fell, and their leader of the Republic of the Sphere, Devlin Stone, has reemerged after he was thought to be dead.
Okay. I don't know what else to say, but okay.
By the way, he's not dead. He's in a stasis chamber because
This isn't the first
why?
time that this has happened, by the way. There's been similar weird things. Just look at some of the insane shit in the House Merrick stuff.
Yeah, but this is
It is pretty cop-outy.
still really bad.
And the clans that are currently bum rushing towards Terra are primarily Wolf, Jade
Because, of course.
Falcon, and I think initially it was a bit of Ghost Bear, but
No, Ghost Bear was not
They
interested.
got
You're thinking Hell's
sidetracked.
Horses.
They
yeah,
were too busy
Hell's
trying to become like the military arm of which of the two did they become the arm of?
Rahas.
Hasselhog? Yeah.
basically they integrated with the former Rosselhog worlds pretty tightly and created as like a quasi successor state.
Yeah,
Oh yes,
yeah.
They then
yes.
They then proceed to ruin that concept in the next books.
Also, yes, EA. Devlin Stone is not dead.
No, he's been
You,
around. He's fine. Don't think about it.
yeah.
By the way, Devlin Stone is just somebody that appears out of nowhere in the Jihad, founds a Republic of the Sphere, disappears, does nothing. It's
One of the
it's
decisions of all time to write.
it is because
They also during all of this, Clan Wolf, as they're going through the Republic worlds, finds the I guess high guard of the Republic, the Fidelis. Turns out they're Clan Smoke Jaguar remnants.
thanks, Blaine. Very cool.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah.
The concept of the Fidelis being consisting of basically exiled clan warriors is fine. Them just being Smoke Jaguar is not.
It's one of the weirder
Also,
choices to go with.
also, there's a barrier to Terra. Basically, you can't really jump into Terra. There's a wall surrounding it.
A wall of bad writing. How can we not
Yep.
have them blow up to well?
So the wolf scientists discovered if you jump half a light year from the Terra system, then use lithium fusion batteries, you could successfully appear in system before the wall technology could target and disperse its incoming jump wave.
This is dumber than the original reason for why people didn't fuck up Terra. See, originally, back in the day when things were less mentally deficient, stunted, challenged, brain damaged, Terra was the center of where a lot of your best resources would be because it was built up by Comstar. It became kind of its headquarters. You don't really want to shit on the telephone company that keeps your civilization running, especially since they're more than willing to do, well, humanitarian missions, which really does help in getting in devotees to the word of Blake. Much less mentally deficient and stupid and, let's be blunt, retarded than what the fuck I just heard. Magical bullshit barrier is something you come up with if you are... I don't know how you were allowed to write, but you should write in Hollywood. Like, you have the talent to be on a modern television show. That's where we are at this point. So anyway, Clan Wolf, aka the writer's pet, manages to bullshit their way through the bullshit thing. Why? Because the writers need it to happen.
Then they fight the big space battle in space. They win.
Because of course they would. Ignore that Terra is the... legitimately, even after the whole jihad, I would imagine that it's still one of the better developed planet systems.
They do so by having
And when I say better, I mean,
clan.
this is like some of the few places that you could probably revive the naval dockyards around Titan, or, the mech factories they would have had. By comparison, like, the core regions were not much better off, but rebuilt, so to speak.
Well, so here's what they did. To defeat the Republic's navy, they send in 2 Odyssey-class jump ships, 6 and 6 other drop ships, crewed by aging Salama warriors and the mission was destroy the naval forts at all costs, especially if it meant a glorious death.
Dare you answer my batchild, Devlin Stone, who came back from the dead 200
They
years from now?
suicide bomb the naval forts, and there you go, Navy defeated.
They ram.
I don't know what to say.
This is not how system defenses worked before either, really.
Is this what happens when you have people who don't know how to write space combat attempt to write?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Well, you see,
things are cooked when the Last Jedi had a better space battle.
Oh no, no.
One of the things.
No, they had a space battle. That's still smarter than what happens here.
Well, that's destroying the airship or the bases.
Now, if they had it be along the lines of this was somehow a Pearl Harbor, that'd be one thing. And you take advantage of the HPG relays being fucked. So you can just, or maybe you could have, I don't know, you have big fuck off power armor guys. Why don't you just secretly send a bunch of those stealth guys and just greasy strangler them? And then
here,
oh my God.
Honestly, that wouldn't be smart. So they're not going to do that.
Well, no. Then there's more space combat.
Right, like that's legitimately the best way to deal with this, with an outpost like this, is just.
So basically, this was to disable several of the naval forts.
Oh God! So
then
on page 13,
to have the remaining fleet.
I cannot stress enough that these don't make any fucking sense, because, all right, first off, Battletech, very well known thing, pirate points. Pirate points constantly shift in system. They're basically safe jump vectors that are very, very dangerous, but you can use them. Large-scale forces tend not to use them because, as I mentioned before, very, very dangerous. You can end up rematerializing inside of a gas giant at crush depth.
Or alternatively, get Yot into Haumea, Make, Eris, any of the Kuiper Belt objects. That sounds fantastic.
Yeah, not a great idea. So there is a Zenith and a Nadir point that are the primary locations. When we were talking about the assault on Terra, this is where, logically, most of the fleet assets were for both sides.
Yeah, I remember that in the much better book about the invasion of Terra. And I'm not talking the Horus Heresy one. I'm talking about the other
instead
one.
Instead of a fortress system, they had a Captor minefield combined with drones.
Yeah, they did. They had a bunch of drones and automated mine. Yeah, they actually mine, and it wasn't in a 2-dimensional space because that's stupid. You're in space. It's like a sphere. Right. It's like in the Oort cloud.
Right, and that's the thing about it, is that there's a few other ways to bypass this, which is that you jump out way further out and you burn in cold, basically.
It takes longer, but it can work.
It takes longer, but it can take like months to get through this way without being noticeable. But it can be worth it. That would have been an option. That would have been a really good way to do this.
Well, the result of all this was to ensure that the wolves could at least drop on Terra, because they don't give a crap about anything else. It's just Terra.
In fairness, hypothetically, if you own Terra, you own. I mean, I don't know how well.
You have to own. No, you have to own two places. You have to own the Zenith and the Nadir point if you really want to control the system. If you want to control what's going on in the traffic of the system, you have to control the
did Nicholas Kerensky say that we need to own the Zenith and the Nadir point, or did he say who gets to become IlClan is the one who takes Terra?
So what you're telling me is that these are the same writers of Operation Klondike, but dumber. I might be screaming by page 30 at this rate. I don't know. I can tell you that on page 13, you have an excellent shot from Battlefield Earth. Because you have the aliens from Battlefield Earth showing how they're about to, I don't know, enslave Earthlings again after somehow surviving their planet exploding from a jet fighter burning the atmosphere. I'm not kidding. They look like characters from Battlefield Earth. They look like the aliens from that setting.
But they knew how to spell their name.
I don't think they can, since they spelled IlClan wrong.
Conquer galaxies or whatever the fuck.
They spelled IlClan wrong.
But wait, what?
Let me put it like this. They are also trying to defend the Titan shipyards.
Which, kind of important, especially if you want to build a navy. It's one of the few. It's one of the
you
few
have
dock
to
works
seize
that
it.
still works.
If you want to take the system, you do have to seize it.
Especially since what is it in the HPG collapse? Last I checked, one of the other things you kind of need are the ships that can jump. It's the other reason
way-
Comstar dominated the
By the way,
trade
do you want to
thing.
know how they were doing this giant fucking force field?
Sure, why not? Explain to
They
me
were
the
chucking
nonsense.
incredibly expensive, rare starship engines into the fucking sun, basically.
This is what the
They were
Republic of the Sphere was
burning
doing.
jump drives in order to make this shit work. You know, the
And
most
here's the
valuable
insanity.
technology.
You know, if you told me that this was Warhammer 40k and this was like an orc book, like I could totally believe a war boss or a mech boss doing that. Oi, hey lads, you throw the warp drive into that there star.
Basically, they're weaponizing hyperspace pulses. which to do so, they need a big enough power source and an engine. So effectively, they're making a Carnificina wave, which is basically
Well, at least
creating a
that is a
space inside
theory.
of another jump ship.
That is a theory. They still don't know how the wall functions, but that's
They
their.
still don't, because it would still burn out the fucking core anytime you use this.
Just
Of the planet.
Which is why I said that it's basically like the equivalent of throwing them in the fucking sun, because it's like, yes, you just used an incredibly expensive telephone to blow up a warship. Yeah, that's kind of a good trade. You still had to take an engine, like a core, a very expensive core,
and
and burn it
remember,
up.
they might
But you
not
see-
be
you
able to
see-
know how to rebuild those.
No,
The
they know how to
Republic of the
build them.
Sphere has an advanced stockpile on Planet 10.
Are you sure he couldn't have read the book with the aliens? I know that one's dog shit
Maybe
too,
even
but
Planet
this might be
14.
less stupid.
I would rather read Far Country. I genuinely would.
Ignoring the space battle, because this Battletech, who gives a shit about space battles, finally, the wolves descend, and they do not invoke a Bachal.
Okay.
Because fuck it, we're just gonna take
Louis
it.
says, Alaric says, I presumed you would defend it with all you have, and I intend to come at it with all I have. My entire clan. If I were to bid, it would be Clan Wolf.
I mean, if they're trying to make me like this clan, I hate them a little more just
By
from
the way-
listening to that.
By the way, the tactical analysis of this is incredibly stupid.
I'm not surprised.
They basically used fire ships because ramming the stations, right? It's like, okay,
So,
but
on the one hand, a fire ship is something you could hypothetically do in space combat. It's not as effective than it would be on the water because it's a three-dimensional thing. But if you rigged it so that, I don't know, you have the ship's reactors go off.
That's the point. Yes.
So it's not the stupidest idea.
It's not the stupidest idea. The problem is that if you're targeting anything that can, move.
They can move away.
Yeah.
Or unless it's the idiot ball thing and they just try to blow up the fucking dockworks, but
No, they didn't try to blow up the dockworks. They were going after those pointless forts.
Adam, you're trying to invade Earth.
all right.
Where would you suggest to land?
Okay, so I've won the area around space, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
you need to clear an LZ. Where are you landing?
And I say the government is located in Geneva, Switzerland. There are less forces in the North America or the American hemisphere. Most of it's then consolidated around, let's say, Europe and Asia.
So here's where I would go personally. If I need to just start my invasion, I'd say fuck it and just take Chicago.
Australia.
They landed on Australia.
And when I mean they landed,
explain.
all of them.
They decided that rather than clear an orbital, they only decided to make this faster rather than clearing the orbital space. They just created a small corridor around Australia and just dropped on Australia.
and when I mean dropped, all 14 galaxies of Clan Wolf's Toman.
Rather than,
They anticipated any clan share would land their forces in key strategic locations.
like a smart person,
So-
someone who wants to win the war.
But
So
you
what
see,
you're
Clan
saying?
Clan Wolf learned from the greatest master, Filoni's Thrawn, and did the most unpredictable
It
thing.
just did the most fucking stupid thing possible, which is Australia.
No,
You're
it's not
landing
the
on Australia.
stupidest. It is the second stupidest. I can name one worse. Well, actually, I
What,
can name
landing on
two
Greenland?
worse.
The ocean.
Accidentally landing on Venus because they missed. That's one. The second dumbest is if they landed on Antarctica.
No, I could argue Antarctica. I genuinely could.
Oh, God.
That's where the secret military bases are.
Yeah, there's the hole to Agartha, don't you know? But the
Oh,
no,
God.
why I'm saying Antarctica, I can argue for it, is because Antarctica has one thing in abundance, which is basically incredibly useful for a lot of these operations. It's got a bunch of frozen fucking water. Guess what a lot of these things need? Hydrogen. For all your fuel cell vehicle needs.
So my shit post. Oh. So the last time
It's still more
Battletech,
valuable than Australia.
the last time Battletech said something this mentally deficient and let's just be retarded, it was the time that the remnants of the SDLF got their asses kicked by Space Afghanistan. Reminder, they still had galaxies of mechs at that point. They lost to motherfuckers with semi-broken AK-47s.
Oh, by the way, so when they landed on Australia, they did have to fight the Redburn Guards, which was a veteran unit of one assault mech regiment, one infantry, one heavy armor. They took 95% losses but surrendered on the third day.
Clan Wolf took 95% losses, or they?
No, the Redburn Guards.
Okay, it would have been really funny if they somehow still won after getting slaughtered on
By the way,
Australia.
it's a contradiction. 45% losses versus 95 in the box, which is, I have no idea.
Well,
Did
what do you mean
50%
45?
of the
What do you mean? Well, where are you getting the 45%?
Australia's
over the
not
next 3
relevant at
days,
all,
the
by the way.
Red Guards, it's on the same, it's right below the box.
By the way, EA, no, Australia was completely irrelevant. It's one of the worst positioning places that you could go through because even if you landed in like Africa, if you landed in the middle of the Sahara,
here what? He led his troops out of Perth and then ran afoul of pins orchestrated by the Silver Keshik. And that's where the other 50% fell.
But that's the thing, right? I don't...
Just blow up the dockyards in Perth and they can't get off. They can't leave.
It's not even the dockyards. It's like, all right, so...
I don't expect them to be able to swim in the ocean.
With Australia, you could set up a starport, makeshift starport, get things in the gravity well pretty fast, right?
Yeah. They then had another fight in New South Wales with the 1st New South Wales Militia. 70% losses for the NSW Militia, and the unit escaped.
So, congratulations, you managed to beat some dudes with rifles. I'm not impressed.
Melbourne. 65% losses for an infantry and artillery company.
Unit disbanded.
Also, they make a point here that the castles Brian, yeah, they're pretty much not used at all.
Well,
I mean,
no,
yeah,
that
they
would
got
require
fucking
intelligence.
nuked.
Well, no. It's literally that. Well, the only thing it protects is the Castle Bryans itself.
Honestly, the way you're describing this, I'm going to be blunt. I think Filoni's Thrawn is actually somewhat more tactically flexible than this.
I mean, this is part of the problem, is that they didn't fucking explain any of this in the first place. It's like, okay, the castles Brian got wrecked in the jihad. You could have just said that.
They kind of do. At least they say most.
No, they don't. They don't.
Some of them were destroyed. Many of them mothballed.
Yeah, a few were destroyed, but most of what they're talking about here is mothballed, which is just like, okay. The
The
other
other,
bit about that is
yeah,
You would be able to
that, like,
rework
yeah,
them
20
up
of them
into.
are viable. They're not.
the plan instead was to whittle them down with attrition through redoubt.
I don't know what to even say at this point. Because Castle Bryans are just big fuck-off fortresses. It doesn't take that
They're
much to turn them back
fortification
on.
networks.
It doesn't take that
They're
much
big.
to reactivate.
Well, then we can move on to their next target, Southeast Asia.
This is actually more hand
By the
wavy
way,
than
they went to
Operation
Vietnam.
Klondike.
Yes, they got to Vietnam.
Which the funniest thing is, until they just burned the fucking jungle down, they did pretty good.
Yeah, they burned down the Vietnamese jungle
They just burned it all.
with Wolf aerospace fighters. I love the
Projections
smell.
estimate
I
that
love the smell of Inferno
the
missiles in
efforts
the
forested
morning.
an area of nearly 500 square kilometers. All right, so for scale here, 500 square kilometers.
What's 500 square kilometers since you are not...
Okay, I'm trying to find this.
He's trying to... Well, while he's doing that, I will simply state that...
I'm trying to do a Google Maps area calculator, and I'm going to center it on Vietnam here.
All right. I'm just gonna highlight that I've already been lost on this, and I hate this book. I think probably the most out of any Battletech book that we've read so far, and we're only on page 26. I fucking loathe this book, and this is just proving to me that there's a reason why I only give a shit about the classic era. I don't give a rotten... Like, even Clan Invasion at this point was a fucking mistake, as far as I'm concerned. Oh, but we need our own version of the VOG because we can't legally have aliens, and they have to be... I don't give a fuck. That was the greatest mistake you could have made. But you need the setting to change up. Yeah, you could have done a lot of things to change up the setting that didn't require these assholes. And then I wouldn't have these writers' pets bullshit their way into conquering Earth through bullshit.
There is a reason why he's attacking all of these countries. He's trying to maximize the territory he's taking.
Which hypothetically could mean he just gets his shit pushed in because he's not committing to one big thrust or several.
Oh, we'll get to why that ends up being stupid.
I mean, there's a million reasons that this is fucking stupid.
Well, let's see. He then goes to Hong Kong.
Yeah,
Cambodia,
going to
Thailand,
Hong Kong,
Bangladesh.
really? So you're gonna start on Hong Kong. You're not gonna start anywhere else, huh? Why would you start? Oh god, I'm having a brain aneurysm.
So to give you an idea of 500 square kilometers, it's just basically most of South Vietnam.
Oh, they just burned South Vietnam then.
Congratulations. Have fun with
not even that large area, though.
The ghost of Kissinger is smiling.
When I'm saying it's not even that large of an area, give me a second.
Well, he does that.
It's really not.
Here's a map. Clan Wolf versus the Thai Tigers.
It's a map.
I misjudged it. That was about 10 times as large as it was supposed as I was estimating it.
Yeah, 500 square miles is not that much.
A map means
500 square kilometers. I'm trying to size this down. I'm just putting this.
It's like I think it's about the size of like Andorra, I think, or maybe Luxembourg.
This is still
it's not
too
big.
large.
It's
but to give you perspective,
it's only a Luxembourg.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you burnt down Luxembourg.
Admittedly, I think it's like half of Luxembourg, but it doesn't matter.
Hold on, we need to
this
go
is to roughly.
Page, we need to go
this
to
is
page
roughly
32.
Twice the size. I'm just going to post this here in the chat, so at least you get an idea here, Adam, of like the size. This is like twice as large.
Let me take a look. Actually, let's take a look.
Not really that much.
Let's show that off to our beautiful
the
people
area
at home.
That would have been burned, roughly.
Okay. So for those of you wondering at home, I'm gonna try to show you this. It may not work. It may not work, but I want to show
Because
you
a
the
500 square
scale.
kilometer area is like 50 kilometers by 50 kilometers.
It's not. It's a lot, but it's not horrible. Let's just show you.
This is about 1,000 kilometers squared of just like an idea of possibly where this could be.
I mean, basically, it's the death of Da Nang or something, but you know, it's not the worst
Like an
thing on
area
the
around
planet.
Da Nang is pretty fucked up, you know, like that's
I just wanted to
okay.
show that off. So let's get back, because honestly, I needed to show that off, because otherwise, I honest to God would just not want to continue. I would just open up
Right.
any other book. I would open up any other book. I would open up Blood-Soaked Tides just so we could crater this fucking channel.
Why don't we just fucking do Blood-Soaked Tides?
No, we're gonna go to page 32.
Unfortunately, we're going to have to continue.
And,
By the way, there's Gurkhas. Anyway.
yeah.
Yeah, who gives
and
a shit?
Adam, do you mind voicing Devlin Stone for me? I'll be Tucker Harwell.
Sure, let me get to the right page, because my brain doesn't fucking work. So page 32.
Yep.
So I already accidentally skipped it. Okay. So we're at Tomorrow's War. Begin transcript.
The wolves are finally here, and they're not acting according to plan. Where's this leash you promised?
You misunderstood. It was never about leashing or muzzling the wolves. Alaric is too wily for that, because the writers told me he was. Also, why the fuck am I here? Why am I alive? I should be dead by now. But let's not think about that. We were trying
Leash,
to guide the
muzzle-
wolves.
Oh.
Sprinkle some blood on the ground to lead them to where we wanted. But Alaric smelled a far bigger prey, because he is like that. They all are.
Leash, muzzle, whatever, semantics. All I know is the wolves have taken one whole continent, and that means they get +2 units every turn. And I may not be a strategic genius like you.
Yeah, that's Dave Filoni tier writing. Holy shit.
But it looks like we're just sitting on our hands. Why aren't we throwing every single regiment we have at them? What's stopping us from piling every mech we have onto every single dropship at our disposal and dumping them on the Australian outback, or filling every last castle Brian has planted to the gills and pummeling the wolves until they cannot fight anymore?
Well, in reality, it's because that way they can win. But in reality, doing that would devolve into a war of attrition that would grind down our own forces to unacceptable levels. If that happens, then heaven help the people of this planet if another clan comes to call once we beat the wolf. Fuck that. Fuck that and fuck you.
Well, guess what
Nonsense.
happens?
No, I've known you for years, and sometimes I forget that you've already thought all of this through 1,000 times over. Your contingency plans have contingency plans. You're not planning this battle, you're already planning for future battles.
Future L's, you mean? Holy shit. Holy shit.
By the way,
You could
guess
just
what?
replace all that with diarrhea sounds, and that'd be about what it was.
Guess
Fuck
fucking
hell.
what? All right. All right. Guess what? Guess what?
What?
There's another clan.
Ah, yes, the Jade Falcons, run by the psychotic lesbian.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Well, psychotic brother fucker, but I mean that's just being a clanner.
Well, there's that one girl.
Yeah, but she hasn't been a thing for a while.
So,
She's been dead for a while.
oh, no, not that girl.
No, I was
pet.
thinking of the crazy Scots lady that eventually formed it.
Different Melvina
That's-
Hazen.
Anyway.
So, the Falcons are operating on this wonderful thing called the Mongol Doctrine. You know what the Mongol Doctrine is? It's basically
them one
kill
warning.
everything that moves.
Oh, so it's not like the Mongols at all. Got it.
No,
Yeah.
it is when you surrender, you destroy. When an enemy surrenders, you destroy them as well. And now they're bringing that to Earth.
So,
First Mars.
here's the thing, right? This is kind of required to move past the Jihad era, and into the new, much lamer modern era, right? Why is it written so like, I know this is like a quick speed run any percent, but god damn, why couldn't they just redo everything?
I don't know.
By the
I have a
way,
headache.
You want to know the stupidest fucking part about this?
The fact that by doing this, everyone literally they will
They
fight
they landed on
110%.
Paris.
So an open invitation. So RAF High Command assumes that the Falcons will do one of three things. Combat drop on one or more target of military significance following standard clan doctrine. B, adopt a strategy to the Wolves, i.e. take their entire force, land it on a defensible bridgehead and work from there. Or C, just attack the Wolves directly, contest their rights. Instead, Alaric, in a 5D chess move,
Because the riders need him to win.
invited them to join him.
Because the riders need to let him win. There's a reason I hate Clan Wolf, by the way.
So they could fight the sphere somewhere else. So the
It doesn't become a three-way fight.
This is so stupid.
Nicholas
She-
Lou is
she
asking,
knew she'd have
isn't
more-
Nicholas asks, isn't Clan Wolf hilariously overextended after the fight with the Capellans, possibly with a knife in the
Oh
back?
yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They are. The IlClan is looking like it's not going to be able to control much more than the former Terran hegemony at this point for a while.
But that's
Which is good.
still pretty damn good, let's be blunt.
Mm-hmm.
It's still well beyond what the fuck they should have been able to pull off.
So
I mean, all their former holdings are basically getting cannibalized by every other power. Everyone else but the Snow Ravens hates them. And the one potential power that could have been a backup, they snubbed them.
we'll get to that. So
No, like Wolf
Oh, that.
snubbed them.
Oh yeah. So the
I love how
the
this is a battle between two alleged strategic geniuses, as written by a smooth-brained cran. No, that's
It's
an insult
also
to the
this-
Marines. The Marines could
it's
come up
also
with a
this
better
idea-
plan. Fuck's sake.
I should note that this entire idea of how they're going to like fight around Geneva and these strong point ideas, and it's just like, this is incredibly stupid.
Yes, so that's why Jade Falcon immediately rams its forces into Geneva.
Yep.
That way, it guarantees that they won't win, because the
and
plot
continues
needs them to not win.
And continues to.
I'm
and
looking at the
continues to.
script. It tells me that they're not allowed to win. I really hate
I at least like
writer
this part.
mandates like this.
On page 40, horses are used.
Yes, Mongolian Cavaliers.
Oh my
for
God.
beast-mounted infantry regiments.
Honestly,
General Senbarta, whose family claimed lineage to the first Chinggis Khan, made no
That's
attempt to
not
hide
that
his hope that his
difficult.
unit would ultimately fight the Jade Falcons in order to show them firsthand the chilling effectiveness of a true Mongol style of fighting.
I can't
I
hate
love
this.
the picture.
I can't hate
I love
this.
the picture. It's a guy on a horseback next to a mech, firing his gun wildly in the air as he's riding his horse.
And he looks like a Talaran Rough Rider.
A Talaran Desert Raider or whatever. Like, it is
I
so
swear
silly.
he should be shouting Allahu Akbar as he's firing.
Unironically,
his
if you told me this little picture here was from a Warhammer game, I'd be like, yeah, I could believe it. That looks like something you'd see like a Rough Rider next to a Light Titan.
But they were fighting the wolves, by the way, at the time, which is kind of funny. But I should note that, effectively speaking, the wolves are grabbing territory in large chunks, while the Falcons are just ramming their heads into military targets.
Because the plot needs them to
again.
lose.
Yeah, they held the wolves for 5 days. Horseback.
I think that's actually more pathetic than the Afghan tribesmen with the fucking malfunctioning AK versus the remnants of the SLDF.
You're fighting dudes on horseback. It's like on the steppes, no less. It's not even like, oh, they're headed in the mountains.
You have a galaxy of high-mo fucking spec. You have high-mo fucking spec mechs, dudes in goddamn power armor. You're losing to this guy. You lose to
Hans girls. Like, what the fuck?
Coyote's pointing out that technically the Wolf Empire is collapsing. My problem is I don't believe any of this shit should have happened. That's my problem. This is nonsense. This is just fucking garbage, man. Compare this, since this is actually part of a playlist, because we do talk about Battletech. We haven't done it in a while, but we have covered the liberation of Terra / Earth from the point of view
And-
of Kerensky ripping that fucking world from Amaris's greasy hands.
And it's
And
a
it was,
strategic, slow, methodical campaign that takes years.
And it's written so much better than this.
It's
That's the
like,
one that
all
made
right,
me go, oh,
they
I
have
see
to
why the
establish-
clanners became as they did. Because after 20 years of agony, I'd go a little fucking insane and put on a fursuit too.
In this case, it's like, nope, we just rush for Terra. Just rush B, guys. No,
Are you
no
sure
problems.
this isn't like Fox Big Day? Because this kind of reminds me of Fox Big Day, only stupider.
well, the stupid continues on page 47. So after
the entire
after the
book
wolves,
is stupid.
yeah,
the entire
after the
book.
wolves have taken over Asia, and skipping over Japan because it doesn't have that much,
Well, they don't want to blow up the anime love doll factories on accident. Alaric
they
needs
decide to
them.
go across the Bering Strait. This nearly kills Alaric Ward.
Fantastic.
just like that Kerensky did. But Kerensky utilized a fucking tunnel half the time. Like,
I'm just
the
envisioning.
Alaska operation was a seaborne invasion.
So,
as much as it was.
Here's my question: have the writers at this point degenerated to the point where they're? I'm just envisioning they're so stupid. I'm now envisioning like, what are some random clan mechs that work for this stupid mental image?
A Grand Summoner.
A Grand Summoner walking on the bottom of the Bering Strait, like along the fucking fault line.
No, they were using dropships. The dropships get intercepted.
I think that's actually stupider than my idea of the mechs just walking under the ocean. I think that might actually be stupid.
Alaric loses his Savage Wolf and has to go into a Grand Summoner.
How does this book actually out-stupid my stupid? It's done that twice.
Yeah, why would horses be able to fight mechs?
They can. You don't know? Like in
We
Battle...
actually talk about this in one of the Battletech novels.
You don't understand. In Battletech, horses get a bonus to... what's the equivalent of melee? They get a bonus against mechs specifically in melee, so that you're able to, with a cavalry saber, fucking blow up a Black Knight if you roll well enough.
No, what they do is that they use the horses to get close to the mech. They jump from them onto the legs, plant charges inside of the servos, and jump off again.
I thought they would have done a Star Wars thing where they just tie up the legs.
You do know how big mechs are, and how low the horses would be to the ground.
Yes, I still am thinking that.
We've apparently ruined this for EA. I told you. I literally said.
This is one of his preferred settings.
I literally said we should have covered the Combine Sons Wars. Those are much more
Combine
interesting.
Sons brouhaha starts out in the Jihad, not the Jihad, the Dark Ages,
Dark Age.
and it's about as equally stupid.
We can, know what?
I don't mean that fucking shithole. I mean the multiple other times, because they fought so many fucking times.
So, you want to just cover the entirety of all three Succession Wars at this point? Because, like...
No, we're too fucking deep into this.
30-39.
The Jade Falcons end up going to Israel.
Mongol Doctrine on Israel. Okay, we need to read this. We need to read this in detail, because that's the worst.
It's called Sinai and Alexandria. They do give 100% lossage to that regiment. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure Judea Delanda Est.
Oh yeah, remember they destroy everything.
They're taking the Sinai because they're trying to get the Sinai Peninsula so they can control the canal. But that doesn't make sense when you're trying to achieve orbital domination. You don't need it.
See, you don't understand. You don't understand, Tech. We need the Sinai Canal. This thing that allows 2-dimensional movement for our 3-dimensional orbital burn into the planet. I don't know why we need it, but we fucking need it. If you're wondering, I actually think I have a minor nosebleed. I think I may actually be having a fucking.
Well, as you're doing that, I'm responding to Guy von Dudestein's message of they've never looked into setting before and wondering how people cared so much about it. Because there's a lot more better detailed stuff than this.
So
This
here's
is
the
one
thing,
of
Guy.
those, we had to make this a book
This
because
is
it's a really important
yeah.
event.
This is honestly, as Cody's saying, if this is a retelling of the novel, this is not like anything. This is not comparable to like 8th edition Warhammer 40k. This is comparable to the end times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
here's the thing. Earlier Battletech stuff, from the classic to the clan invasion, there's even a few random things from Jihad that can be interesting. This is not one of
Oh,
them.
there's a bunch. There's a bunch of shit in the Jihad that's really interesting.
This is
There's
not
the
one of them,
guerrilla
though.
war on Solaris 7 with like all the mech gladiators fighting fucking
Yes.
Blakists.
Yes,
using
the
their crazy
Spartacus
custom mech
uprising
designs.
among the mechs. But here's the thing. These are all really cool things back when people knew what they fucking cared about. Or were trying to sell the hero clicks. It depended on who you asked and what era. Like, you had
This
people
right
that were
here
passionate and
is
cared. This is just,
they needed to make
they needed,
a
this is
book out of
required.
they needed to make a book out of Blanley Pardoe, and Blanley Pardoe is not very good at writing anything on the operational level.
In general, just in general.
He's
No,
written
I would suggest
exactly one good Battletech book, and he's coasted off of that ever since.
This is legitimately, I sincerely recommend looking up what's the original one where they actually rip it out of Amaris' hands. What's the name of that one again?
That is the That is the two. Give me a second.
Because this is a much better example of an invasion of Terra. I would recommend the house books.
Liberation of Terra.
I would recommend the clan
Liberation
books.
of Terra volumes 1 and 2, which covers the entire Amaris Civil Wars. It
Liberation
doesn't go
of Terra
into
is
like
good.
insane detail until the second book, where it covers the operations on Earth. But it gives you way more to work with than
It's
this.
much better
Hell,
than
the
this.
Tukiad book is much better than this
Tukiad
in
was a
terms
better
of
book.
actually detailing like the fighting on the planet.
All of the
And
Great
that doesn't
Houses
have
book.
as many fun maps.
All of the Great
I
House
wish
books
that
are good
that
too.
one had more. Yeah,
But
even the clan
all the
books
Great House books are
aren't
good.
awful.
But now we have to go and see how Jade Falcon lost to the fucking Bantu of South Africa.
So what you're saying is they somehow managed to defeat Space Israel, the modern, future Israel. They lost to the Zulu.
Well, they did. They suffered.
What did Catalyst Labs mean by this?
Well, no. They actually did. It took them a while to hunt them down. It took time, it seems to be, to fight both the Lions and the Pride of Zululand. But
basically, one of which is effectively a paramilitary force, and the other is just an all-volunteer militia that was using a language that the Falcons couldn't actually speak, which is
Xhosa,
Sosha.
the clicking language.
Yes,
Bantu
kind of.
languages in general do a lot of clicking.
Yeah, and of course the Jade Falcons don't speak that. They have nobody that ever has spoken that.
There's just something. What did they mean by
They didn't really. I wouldn't say they but it
because the official language of the Star League military was English.
And also,
And
this means that Africa is completely under control of Jade Falcon. Africa.
Because there's not going to be a massive fight in the Congo Basin. The most the most important hydrological feature of the fucking continent.
The plains of Kenya or savannah. Nothing in Nigeria. There's no castle in fucking what's the capital of the DRC?
Democratic Kinshasa.
Kinshasa. Yes.
Yeah, as I said, like the Congo River Basin and the area around it. If you're talking about, we need industrial capability, whatnot, remember, if you can harness even a fraction of the hydroelectric power contained in that fucking river system.
Congo, both the Niles, and on top of that, the Congo Basin has a shitload of mineral ore, in particular uranium.
Yeah.
But then, so after all of this, Malvina sets her sights on the next place in the world, as the rest of her force are banging their head against Geneva. Brazil.
Yep, they decided to attack Brazil.
They land deep in the Amazon jungles, and they march to redoubt Sao Paulo, the most
They literally
populous city.
marched through
Wait,
the
wait, wait, wait.
fucking
The most
Amazon.
populous city in Terra's Western Hemisphere.
That's not unbelievable. Sao Paulo and Rio
It's
de
not.
Janeiro are very
not,
densely
yeah.
populated.
I would think Mexico City.
Mexico City has potential, but given the timeline, I could actually easily believe Sao Paulo being more dense than. Like, I'm not even kidding. This is not unreasonable. Like,
It's not
especially since this
unreasonable.
is 1,000 years from now. That it's fine.
We marched through the Amazon.
It is. We start at Manaus. No, we start at Acre, which doesn't exist. It metaphorically and metaphysically is a part of the warp. It is not part of real space. They start in the Twilight Zone in Acre, march and burn their way through the Amazon. Well, technically only a little bit through the Amazon. Then they have to go through. Oh God, I forgot the name. But there's a specific name for the outback of Brazil, which also really fucking sucks to go
The
through.
green hell.
No, that's the Amazon. Then there's the hilly shithole part where there's nothing. It is fucking brushland shit.
What?
Then they get to Goiás to burn their way to Sao Paulo. This is dumber than Operation Klondike.
Well, so here,
this book
first of all,
makes Operation Klondike look like a fucking masterful version of Operation Overlord.
Eternal America may never play another game that's not 3025 ever again.
What are you talking about?
This is playing the fighting on Terra is stupid because the fighting on Terra was stupid.
Yeah, I mean
the rest of the era is totally fine.
Yeah,
just ignore this book. It sucks.
Yeah, basically.
Sertao, thank you, Gallard Group. That's what I was thinking of. Sertao.
So
one of the examples here of like, why the fuck is this a goddamn like actual fight?
No, hold on. I need to talk more about
because I know this.
What happened in Brazil?
Oh God. Okay.
Sorry. So, as a testament to the Amazonians' resilience, after the unit was stripped of their weapons and chased into the jungle, which they were sent. Sao Paulo's Jade Falcon garrison reported that on several occasions, whole points of patrolling Sohama infantry were killed by handmade spears.
They literally just jumped him in the jungle and went fucking Tarzan.
Well, because Malvina's policy was to kill any and all RAF soldiers that surrendered to her, and Shitsu was only going to slaughter warriors who did not believe in slaughtering warriors who surrendered honorably.
They lost to the Tupi and
sent them all into the jungle, basically.
They lost to the Tupi and Guarani.
They got fucking Paraguay.
No, this is even worse. This is worse than Klondike. At least the Afghans had to have functional fucking assault rifles. They had guns.
And remember, these are they did have jungle fighting. Okay, that explains why.
Yeah, they're jungle fighters.
They didn't even have guns. I'm just envisioning. Oh God, what's their stupid fucking high mobility mech? What's Jade Falcon's like most notoriously like iconic mech? I'm just envisioning this thing getting fucking got by the equivalent of the Ewoks if they were fucking.
I'm just imagining that now as like a fucking Kit Fox getting like crushed by two giant logs coming together.
I'm imagining a locust.
A locust is like a little too different from this.
Well, locust
like
is
that's
they wouldn't be
that's
using
too
that.
on the nose. It has to be a Kit Fox because the Kit Fox is like the epitome of shitty clanner light mech that the Jade Falcons love because it has way too much firepower and does basically nothing else well. It's a light mech you can fit a clan Gauss rifle on. That's scary until you remember that it has paper for armor.
Oh, this piece of shit!
Yeah, the Uller is
let's
also
show this
called.
off, because holy shit! I'm just envisioning clanner mechs getting destroyed by fucking Tupis, like the fucking Tupi.
It's in the Clan Firestar pack.
It's a good.
Oh yeah, that is. Yeah, it's got an LBX.
You need to show me this. I need to show this to the
That's
lovely
the
people.
Prime configuration, which is kind of garbage. There's a few ones
that
are really, really good. I like the missile boat ones. I find the one with a Gauss rifle really funny because who doesn't want a light mech with a Gauss rifle? That's just,
can you give me a picture for the lovely people at home? Because not everyone
Okay.
knows what they look like. Me, mostly. Hey, how does it feel to know that in the Sertal, the fucking Guarani people were able to ambush these mechs and fucking log jam them like the Ewoks? They were able to log jam them like the Ewoks.
In any case, there's a reason why the Uller got replaced by the Fire Falcon.
I need to show you.
For the most part, the Fire Falcon.
Okay, imagine.
Is the same.
Okay, I actually recognize this one. This is one of the few I actually recognize on site.
Yes,
so imagine this thing storming through the Sertao, and then 2 logs done by actual fucking Stone Age natives, Stone Age Native Americans.
No, they're getting killed by one of the remaining few uncontacted tribes in the Amazon. We'll probably look at this giant metal thing or just kill it. Fucking kill it.
Fucking shit.
The clanners land on Sentinel Island, no survivors.
Dare you answer our bat jaw, Sentinel Islanders?
Bro spear.
Bro spear. Critical hit. Through armor critical. Hits ammunition store in center torso. Detonation.
Yeah,
theoretically possible by Battletech rules, because you can in fact create spear-wielding infantry.
What?
So, you can, yes. Hypothetically.
I can use the Zulus?
You could unironically use the Zulu.
How many crew could I use?
I'd need to look up the exact rules. I think it's somewhere in the tech manual. It's really stupid, but theoretically you can create just basically grugs. And they're way too powerful for what they do.
This entire section is just way.
But right, they decided to invade Italy, by the way, because...
Well, yes, Italy, and particularly Athens.
Mamma mia!
They're trying to encircle Geneva, basically, which is...
The Greeks surrendered.
Taking Athens will allow us to encircle Geneva. Oh yeah, it's big brain time.
The Greeks surrendered to prevent the destruction of historical artifacts after, jihad.
Are you fucking kidding me? There was a time during their war for independence.
The Greeks are the wolves that are doing that, right?
The wolves. Wolves aren't as stupid. The entire thing.
The wolves are basically just making a march across.
The
entire Eurasian continent.
The first Republican
basically they're bullshitting because the Jade Falcons, their entire purpose is to unga bungam themselves against the walls of everyone so that they can lose, so that the wolves can win. This is given what the results were and trying to write what happened, and you literally are not capable of writing. You should not be allowed to write. You should not be able to touch a keyboard, hold a pencil. You literally should be shot on sight if you have these. That's the level of talent you are, and you're being told to write this story.
Yeah. Well, as that's going on, the wolves take Siberia and the Volga, because they do.
Also, just straight up, the Athens thing, reminder that during their war for independence, last I checked, I think they used the Parthenon as an ammo. Oh, no, that was the Turks who did that. Never mind.
Then the Falcons are also going up to North America.
Oh, that should be
Everybody's
fantastic.
Going to North America. They're trying to get to North America because, guess what? But at
about
this point,
2
months in,
they've relocated...
The only resistance...
I was going to say they relocated Devil and Stone to this area.
Yeah.
Redoubt Amarillo, Texas.
Yeah, I don't know why they would choose Amarillo as...
Because they need their own stupid version of the Alamo. That's the only reason.
Their map for, trying to describe how this sort of worked is okay, this is... None of this makes sense from, we want to actually take this.
I'm just envisioning Kerensky going, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
By the way, counterattacking in Africa, in Antarctica, I don't get it.
Wait, they actually did it?
But also
yeah, the RAF decided to counterattack in Antarctica after, in T-50, 53 days of the invasion, the wolves finally land some forces in fucking Antarctica.
Why
would you attack there and not cut their supply lines?
And also, Finally, Gilliman's reinforcement efforts have arrived. The remnants of the Republic fleet reach Terra and blow up, or at least try to damage, the Jade Falcon's navy.
Unironically, if the Ultramarines showed up at this point, I'd fucking cheer. That would actually be an amazing shit post. Like if you gave me, if the copy of this book you gave me, just like for the first 60 pages was this horrible book, and then immediately, just for whatever reason, it starts seeking into the Space Marine Codex Ultramarines from the most recent version, I would have fucking laughed. I would have laughed. Oh God. So yeah, we're the
with all
Falcons
this-
in France. Hell yeah.
Oh no!
By the way, the Falcons tried to invade Japan and they got bodied. This is a comment here. I'm trying to skip through all this because there's a lot of just like, and then they fought here, and then they fought there,
here.
and there's nothing earned about it.
Well, no, Antarctica, in which it was redacted and redacted and redacted.
You know things are amazing when the Antarctica. I'm not even kidding. The Antarctica thing was like, I was joking, and yet somehow that's the least stupid thing that happened so far.
But then,
Let me put it like
at
this:
the end of
fighting in Antarctica for a top secret facility is not a bad idea. That's kind of neat. That's where that whole like I blow up your ship as it comes into system thing was.
And then they meet the Elder Things, and it turns into Cthulhu tech.
That could have been cool, but no, the problem is that it's like, all right, but why?
Okay, so what you're telling me is, as a shitpost, if you guys ever do the mini skirmish with Battletech, I should set up the Antarctica map over Research Station Outpost number 13.
Yeah, like the problem with this is that the RAF is, at this point, the wall is useless. At this point, sabotage the system and dedicate the forces elsewhere, because
throw all your KF drives into the sun.
Basically, yeah, at this point, the wolves are going to try to seize it and use it. Just destroy it.
But thankfully, it didn't, which would have required the wolves to redacted in order to deactivate the wall.
Right, and the only other clan force that could theoretically come in system are Hell's Horses, because Snowraven sure as fuck isn't going to go beelining for Terra. The Ghost Bear is apparently not interested, so you're down to one other clan that could possibly be fighting you, and that's a clan that no one takes seriously. Hell's Horses. The fucking jobbers themselves. So, what the fuck are you doing?
I don't know. I'm just kind of looking at shadows over North America because I have no idea where the Antarctica shit's from.
It's on the page just before.
Battle of Dumfries, British Isles, Meeting of the Giants.
It's on page 63.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of just rampaging my way through this PDF and hoping I'm
at
the right spot.
I don't blame you for it, because there's just not much. It's
and then they fought here.
Oh, Task Force Zebra. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I really hate about this book? How it has some pretty decent art that is then interspersed with low quality pixel art from what looks to be like a Mech Warrior game that they just kind of stole and put on the fucking cover. It varies between effort and then like random CGI garbage that might have been from the TV show.
I do like here to see just they tried to fight in Panama.
Also, Zen Gunman has an excellent point. Why the fuck didn't they put their Castle Bravo or whatever the hell they're called, Castle Bryan in Cheyenne Mountain, which would have made much more sense.
That is where one of them is, actually.
Hold on. The Jade Falcons were being whittled down through attrition by the fucking Panamanians.
Oh yeah, they somehow remember, these are the same people who lost to Tupies with fucking spears and goddamn logs. So, them losing to a Panamanian warlord at this point, I don't fucking blame them for losing. I'm not even
Chow-
kidding. Like, you got a
They-
Pablo
yeah.
Escobar, like, Scarface motherfucker with a gold-plated assault rifle and war hippos. You really think that these morons would be able to defeat that?
Look,
No,
the
I don't think
Japanese,
they would.
the entire Japanese population blocked mech traffic, harassed infantry, firebombed known observation
Yep.
posts.
There's 2 Castle Bryans in Japan. This is actually one of the things that they talk about with the
I'm
invasion
pretty sure some mech got
Terra.
killed by a guy with a samurai sword. I just have a feeling.
Well, it's because of, as mentioned, the Castle Bryans. Which, by the way, yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
original Cheyenne Mountain thing, that would have made more sense in this book, but they forgot about that because remember
No, they didn't forget about that. Cheyenne Mountain is still Castle Bryan. It's linked to the Castle Bryan network.
Yeah, but did
in
they
the center
remember
of
to
North
write
America.
about that in this book?
Yes, they did. It's in their description of which Castle Bryans are still active.
Okay.
They did not forget about that, but it's basically irrelevant.
The fallout of Clan Jade Falcon losing to random tupies with
Also-
stone-headed arrows.
Coyote does make a good point. Yeah, fighting in the Darien Gap would cause massive casualties for anyone.
It would.
Yeah, the Darien Gap
Remember-
is
Remember,
fucking
they
awful.
have fruit with spikes laced with bacteria that will fucking kill you.
Don't forget the trees that randomly explode.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there's a
Yep.
tree that randomly explodes. Now, thankfully, the plant that causes burning agony that makes you want to kill yourself, that's not in that part of the world. That's in Australia.
There's also, the wonderful world of botflies that live there.
Oh.
Oh, don't forget there's a terrible disease that's down there that's spread by a certain, and the entire planet legitimately does a day-by-day parasitation process to keep that under control. It's like the flesh-eating cow disease or whatever. There's
Don't
a lot of
worry about
horrible
it.
things in there.
But we finally
the
get
Darien Gap.
yeah, we finally get to the VT day. On April 14th, 3151, 95 days after the Toman landed on Terran soil, Devlin Stone and the RAF command meet contingents from Falcons and the Wolves to surrender.
Huzzah! They won
It's
through
over.
absolute horseshit.
But the battle has just begun. Because it is the final batchal to end all bachals.
By the way, Death of
Basically,
the Dream, page 77.
it's Wolf
the
versus
skeleton one.
Falcon for all the marbles, and it's
I'm
stupid as fuck.
And I'm gonna be honest here. If I was Stone, I would have sent out a message. I'll only surrender to one IlClan, and just let the clans murder each other at that point.
That would have been smarter.
I mean, yeah.
That would have been so much smarter, but we don't get that. We don't get any of that.
So, Malvina violates the spirit of the trial by torching Ottawa, Winnipeg, or cities near the battlefield. So Canada's gone.
They
really fucking hate Canada in this section of the book. I'm not even joking.
It's kind of impressive, yeah.
What did the American company Catalyst Game Labs mean by this?
I know. I really know. They also destroyed Israel. What did they mean by this?
They didn't destroy Israel.
Israel
was never mentioned.
It was never meant. It's the Sinai Peninsula.
It doesn't matter. That's Jade Falcon, and their entire thing is glassing it to nothing. So no, canonically, Jade Falcon are now on par with the Third Reich.
No, I am imagining though you've got some rabbis that decide to become mech pilots and declare the Jade Falcon to be the Amalekites.
You know, unironically, if for whatever reason minis battles and Battletech happens, I could see a total lance of mercenaries just out of that, just for fun.
I got it. You know what?
By the way,
I'm gonna have to get not an awesome. What's the one with the skull head?
This book ruined everything.
What's the mech with the
it's
skull
not
head?
It's one of the worst books that we've read so far.
Atlas.
But this is
I'm
rare.
gonna need to make an atlas and green stuff a kippa and a talit on it.
Apparently, we've traumatized America with this book. Now you know how I felt when we read Operation Klondike. I was actually screaming by the end of that fucking piece of shit. This is more entertaining for me.
So they have their huge, big final battle. The ultimate showdown of Ultimate Destiny.
By the way, the betting odds are the stupidest thing if you have any idea about this setting. Take a look. For whatever reason, they're saying the Jade Falcons are going to win this, which is like,
yeah. Also, I was it is entirely in Canada.
Yeah,
Yep.
the destruction all took place in Canada, and despite the fact that they ungabunged themselves repeatedly against the brick wall that was Geneva and so many other Castle Bryans, somehow
read up, and it's just like
they lost. Okay,
it's-
here's the thing: Clan Wolf got their shit kicked in by cavalry, but the cavalry tactics are similar to, if you're wondering how the Poles used their cavalry during World War II, same logic. Mass movement very quickly to then hit really hard the weak spot of armor. That's what they did with them here, with the Mongols. That's
they actually
dumb.
try to bypass. They try to bypass the armor. They didn't actually expect to run into tanks. Their plan was to hit the infantry following behind the tanks and then cut the tanks off.
But they were also expected to have like mobile anti-tank rifles too.
Mobile anti-tank rifle teams, basically on horseback, which is kind of brilliant.
So that's the thing. Poland's cavalry, yes, they had lances, but that was part of their ceremonial uniform.
It's like people were like, grab what you can, and hell, if you can use the lance, because you're charging someone fucking anyway.
Which did happen at one point. They actually did a cavalry charge on the infantry at one point.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it was against the tanks. And it's like, yes, the tanks were a surprise. They were actually charging the infantry that was ahead of the tanks.
But
basically, here's the thing. Wolf had that. These guys lost to actual Stone Age fucking natives.
They're losing to gorillas in the fucking Amazon. It's like,
they're
okay.
It's not Stone Age, but
I'm sorry. When you say it like that in the Amazon, I just envision I don't envision the hidden base Jaburo from the Universal Century. In this setting.
This isn't that, which is really
which would have made sense if they got walled on that. That'd be fine.
But you know who comes at this moment to aid Clan Wolf?
Before
Wolf's Dragoons
and Clan Wolf in exile. You see, Malvina's rival Anastasia Kerensky was not at the battle, so she was wondering, where is this bitch? It turns out she was gathering Clan Wolf in exile.
By the way, Clan Wolf in exile should have zero reason to trust mainline Clan Wolf at this point. Zero. Absolutely none.
Wolves.
Mainline Clan Wolf
together.
Did not help out Clan Wolf in exile when Jade Falcon tried to burn them out.
But now they
let them to fucking die. Wolf's Dragoons. Same shit.
Are you sure Dave Filoni didn't write this section? By the way, he's now the head of Lucasfilm, so have fun with the 20 characters he gives shit, endlessly surviving stuff that should kill them.
You want to know the payment the Wolf's Dragoons gets for this?
Nothing.
For bailing out Clan Wolf?
Fucking nothing.
We'll get to it.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that because it is.
I'd give them the island of Hawaii at least.
No,
Australia.
It's much funnier, and it's much stupider.
So who's the person that probably has very illicit images of animal copulation methods? Because the wolf thing is really starting to make my skin crawl.
Pardo.
I never want him to write a book again.
Well,
but
good news.
Thankfully,
he's been banned from writing Battletech.
No, not Battletech. Any book. All books.
Unfortunately, he's still writing.
Oh God.
Conservative fiction, but
Oh, so he's on the same level as the guy who wrote Victoria, 4th Generation Warfare. Okay, that makes a lot. That explains
maybe a little less crazy.
No, actually, I'd argue the tactics in Victoria were less bad. The tactics in Victoria, as stupid as they were, there were at least attempts to explain the tactics.
Well, they worked because they were done by white men.
You think he's joking?
Not black women who disgrace the flag and don't salute for Iwo Jima.
You think he's joking, but there's a reason why. Oh God.
Victoria is a terrible book. Let's move on because good fucking God.
So after 1,800 hours,
but that's not saying much.
Clan Wolf wins, becomes IlClan, and after hundreds of years, finally, we have the IlClan. It is literally the broken remnants of a fucking furry's wet dream, but they have it.
By the way, you want to know the casualties for Clan Jade Falcon and all this?
I kind of do. I want to
What?
see how many of them get destroyed by Brazilians and random
98%
Africans.
of the Tumen was destroyed.
Amazing.
This is worse than Tukiad.
Amazing.
2%. They're just gone.
They're done.
They're effectively dead as a clan.
They're more fucked than the smoked jaguars.
So
This is so stupid.
now,
So why the hell did Clan Wolf in Exile help when they got fucked over? Because the plot required these wolfaboo fucks, these fucking failures, to win. Because here's the thing:
and then the Fidelis,
mandate. The mandate was that Clan Wolf would win, and this was the direction they chose. Basically, they knew what the ending was.
They had to wrap up the Dark Age. They had to fucking get through it.
They had to, but they didn't know how to write any of it.
Fucking abortion. They just had to squeeze it out.
Now, not to leave anything left aside, Alaric ends up visiting Melvina in her personal apartment in the burned-out remnants of Winnipeg, where he discovers she was still keeping Cynthia, the abused teen girl Melvina kept as her pet. He admonished the broken Khan not for keeping a child to abuse, but her refusal to concede the trial, and not tending to her injured and demoralized soldiers when so few of them remained. Her second in command, Stephen Chisu, will later find Cynthia gone and Melvina dead in her apartment. I wonder who killed Melvina Hazen. Well, technically, Anastasia did, because the coroner confirmed that the Falcon Khan had ultimately succumbed to her injuries sustained during their duel.
I don't know what to say at this point, because this is stupid.
Now,
this is so stupid.
To leave a stone unturned.
Guess what?
Actually, no,
Smoke
shit.
Jaguar's back. Yay!
Yeah, that pun
Everyone's
doesn't work now. I gotta wait for that.
Psychos.
Yes. They will retain a non-voting seat on the new Starleague Council until such a day that they had sufficiently increased their numbers and had murdered or tortured enough people, I presume.
Also, don't forget the bullshit of reuniting the pack after all of the bad blood, but whatever. Fuck it. Who cares?
So, Stephanie Chisu was the highest-ranking Jade Falcon, rejected the Mongol Doctrine, because a total of 128 Falcons were alive on Terra. And of those, only 72 are physically capable of assembly at Unity City.
Who'd have thought that charging forward like Raven... I'm gonna be blunt. When you make the World Eaters right before they fell to chaos seem like tactical fucking geniuses, just give up at that point.
By the way,
just give up. The World Eaters were more tactically flexible than you. What the fuck?
They had to actually say that all warriors present, regardless of blood name, could vote on important matters because there were so few of them. The first vote was to see if they would dissolve the clan entirely, which they're not going to because that would piss off the remaining Jade Falcon players.
Yeah, I mean, so literally, that's the reason.
All but 5 voted, we'll stick around with this. There's a fight over who will be clan Khans. They decide to accept Alaric's thing to make them the new Black Watch. And yeah. So let's get through the rest of it. So the clan council tries to make an IlClan thing. It's stupid. It's really stupid. But let's get to the actually funny thing.
So the wolves,
which is page 106.
The wolves, in honor of all 3 groups of the Great Sacrifice, are presented a medal.
The blood ribbon.
And that's all you get. Also, you're now joining Clan Wolf.
I'm envisioning the end of episode 4. The actual Star Wars. It's there, and like they're all dead. Most of them are dead. Like it's in the burning wreckage of Winnipeg. The music is done on kazoos, and you have the.
Let's get
the equivalent.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
No, I want to finish it. You have the corpse of Melvina there, dead, as Chewbacca.
We can
As
get
propped
Bernice.
up by Steven.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but I need to come up with ridiculous scenarios because my brain hurts reading this. Hello?
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Let me tell you. All right.
Okay.
So you know the whole thing with everybody coming together. The wolves finally back in town. Everybody's singing "Kumbaya" kind of. So Alaric goes and he talks to the head of the Wolf's Dragoons, who has bailed his ass out completely. And this had cost them so much money, so much time, 80% losses of the Wolf's Dragoons. They sold themselves for Alaric to win this battle.
And you got a fucking ribbon as your reward.
No, even better. Do you know what Alaric pays? Do you know what he pays the Wolves Dragoons for this mercenary service that
30
they are
shekels?
legendarily famous for? He pays them 30 pieces of silver because they betrayed the clan during the invasion.
So how come they didn't immediately just saw his head off while he dies screaming?
Well,
They
say
literally all just ran away. They all just stormed out. All the Dragoons. They fucked off.
Just shoot him. Just fucking
They
shoot him on the
probably
spot.
should have.
Okay, that's oh god.
This is one of the stupidest things because at that
I would have
point,
just shot him. I would have just straight. I don't care if I get killed by everyone else in the fucking room. I would shoot him.
At that point, you challenge this motherfucker. For
no, I don't
conhood
challenge
and
him.
you
I
kill
just
him.
shoot him. I don't even say anything. I just shoot him. I don't care.
that is
I
desperate.
just shoot him.
That is fucking petty.
I would shoot him
behavior.
and then continue shooting his
The 30
corpse until
pieces of
I'm
fucking
killed
silver.
in that fucking room.
Let me repeat this. This is the most storied mercenary command in the Inner Sphere. This is a group that had a Khan as a member.
Also, at one point, aren't these
and-
the main point of view guys when you play Mech Warrior usually?
Mech Warrior 4, you could be part of the Wolf Dragoons, at least.
Yeah, they're like really
no,
super popular. I know that.
They are popular because they have
Trial
a
of
very
Grievance.
easy
No, you don't
tolerance thing to
understand.
do.
Just shoot him. I wouldn't even
Honestly,
don't even say
at that
anything.
point,
just shoot him.
It's at that point, it's just time to give him the old Sakhan Brett Andrews treatment and beat him to fucking death with a stick.
Yeah.
As I said, Alaric Ward, you have made an enemy of Wolf's Dragoons.
No. I wouldn't say anything. Just kill him. Just kill him. Just with the last survivors of Jade Falcon, haul his screaming ass up on the fucking banister.
No.
And throw him.
Here's his tactical genius. So, Alaric dismissed.
I'm actually pissed.
Well, wait.
He tells him to fuck off. By the way,
no, Maretta Kerensky, one of the members of the Dragoons, tried to convince Alaric to not be a retard.
Like, they just did this
Alaric
for you.
dismisses those concerns, for he had done what only a few individuals throughout history could claim. He had hamstrung the Dragoons.
No?
It would take them a long time to rebuild, and when that time came, he hoped that they would be a worthy enemy for his new Star League military.
Oh, but they're always welcome to come back if they want
And yeah,
to.
he offered her, or offered him, sorry.
Offered all of the Dragoons. You
well,
can
no,
always just join us again.
Yeah, you could become
I
the
would've
War
just killed
Master
him
of the
on the
Star
spot.
League.
I would have killed him on the spot.
Honestly,
I would have killed him on the spot.
this is the point where it's like, this is the stupidest fucking shit.
This
should have gotten him killed.
Well, also, hey everyone, welcome to the IlClan. We'll stiff you on contracts.
You know, that would have been really fun. You know what would have been really great is this after this, it then culminates in the Great Mercenary Raping, where they just, every mercenary within the Inner Sphere, rallies around
Honestly,
with them
I'm surprised
sack
that
them.
the Wolf Dragoons didn't just blow shit up on their way out. Because they should have. At this point, it doesn't matter.
Because the writer did not want to. This is, you know how sometimes in really bad fucking scripts, the writer just
welcome to BLT.
Things
just sort of happen.
I'm not kidding. I think I'm actually angrier here.
And the last
bit
of the book is basically Stone pretending. All right, so Stone is pretending that this was all part of his plan. His master stroke.
Was all
I'm
my
still in
plan.
command. This will blow up in your face, Alaric. You have burned so many bridges. Ha ha ha. The Republic of the Sphere may have fallen, but so will you. Ha ha ha. And then Alaric just strangles him to death with a pillow.
That's Dave Filoni Thrawn level. You've broken my legs, sodomized my asshole, fucked my wife in front of me, killed my
And I
cat.
must still win.
No, but this is all part of my plan. My broken, sobbing corpse laughs at you as you have absolutely destroyed. This is Wimp low-level tactics. We have taught him
He
that
hurt
losing
himself.
is victory.
No, it's Wimplo. You see, they hurt themselves and they punch me hard. Like that. That's the thing about this, because Devlin Stone is the guy that brought down the Word of Blake.
I'm
Like-
actually waving my arms around in frustration right now.
This is incredibly frustrating, because this is a character that in the background lore, everyone was hyping up. Everything about this shit was his plan, his masterstroke, his genius. This is worse than the fucking Dorne plot in Game of Thrones.
I sabotaged everything.
You know what would have been?
Everything I've done is so that I can win. I have destroyed my legacy, destroyed my empire, but in the end, I win because you're an asshole, Alaric Ward.
Basically, and then he fucking kills him. Yes.
I live.
But by the way, EA agrees with me completely that what should have happened is the Wolf's Dragoons and Wolf's Exiles just kill Alaric. And then just essentially say to the remnants of anyone around Terra, to the strongest, and fucking leave after looting the planet.
By the way, do you want to know what's stupid about this? Because Alaric itself is a gigantic classics reference to one of the Gothic leaders that brought down the fucking Western Romans.
He was supposed to be the equivalent of how Angron was Spartacus.
Yes, no, Alaric is the genuinely the name of a Gothic king.
No, I know. I know.
Visigoths, I think.
It was the Visigoths, but here's the problem. I know that king. Do you want to know how he was able to get away with all the shit he was able to, besides actually being pretty clever and, willing to play the politics game like a snake?
Yeah.
It's a little something called the Roman Empire was exploding. And on top of that, he was smart. He knew how to play the Romans. He knew how to pretend to be loyal. You see, what would have made more fucking sense if you wanted the Wolves to win, have Devlin invite them on, because let's just say during the collapse he needs the equivalent of Varangians, right?
They already did this. The problem is they already did that plot line in the Dark Age, where the fucking Lyrans invited the Wolves in, and the Wolves stabbed him in the back. So they blew that load way too early.
Oh God.
Speaking of which,
no, because here's the thing. That is actually really how
that's
Alaric.
How the Wolf Empire happened,
that's how Alaric got his kingdom. Yes.
Also, Nicholas. Yes, he is the bloodkin of Katerina and Victor Steiner.
Yes, he.
So he committed kinslaying too. Amazing.
He's an incest tube baby who killed his own mom. Has a blood name that he doesn't actually qualify for, by the way, and on top of all of that, has the most on-the-nose name possible.
But he's just that good.
You say that, but do you want to know something really funny? Did you know Angron's mentor is literally the exact same name as Spartacus's general?
Yes.
Oh, and Amaris.
GW.
Amaris. I'm just highlighting that
GW
it's not the
does
first
that
time.
sort of shit because they can. It's in the fun of it. This is the writers of the Dark Age going and looking at Dark Age leader names, and they see Alaric, and they see he was a barbarian king, and they slap it on the wolf guy.
So here's my other problem with that. Do you want to know why having Alaric being able to pull this off is bullshit? So they already had the Jihad era, right?
Yep.
So, historically, the Visigoths kind of got fucked by the equivalent of the Muslims. So what should have... this is my idea. Okay, hear me out. You have Alaric overthrow, but then what you should have happen eventually, and this would be my plot idea, Word of Blake resurgence. Neo-Blakists.
Guess what? Guess what? All right. Do you want to know the best part about that? The fucking best part. They had those guys, and they killed them off in a different novel.
Yes. But no, you don't know who the actual.
Oh, okay.
The
So
actual-
they did that. I have another idea.
They killed off Comstar. They
They-
killed
The
off
true,
Comstar
the
in a
true
different
clan,
novel.
the true clan, the drug-addled clan Goliath Scorpion of the Scorpion
I
Empire.
would love
Actually,
for Goliath
that's-
Scorpion, because the thing is, they do have the Umayyad Caliphate thing that they absorbed out in the periphery,
And the Hanseatic League.
and the
No, no,
Hanseatic
no,
League,
yeah, okay,
and
yeah.
the Nueva Castile. Sure, I want Goliath Scorpion to come into the sphere and just wreck everyone's shit. It would be so funny. I
No,
would
no,
love it.
unironically-
And I don't
Please,
say that because
Catalyst.
I have units painted up as them. That is
Please,
clearly not the reason
Catalyst,
why.
have the Goliath Scorpions kill Alaric, and my life is yours.
No, it's because that makes sense. If they're going to be this fucking uncreative by just copying beats from history, because this is pathetic. This book was awful. There is.
It's still not fully over.
Oh
Yes,
god
we
damn
need
it!
to-
I actually put us on our ending screen.
No, we
No!
need to go.
No!
We need to go explain what else is going on in the inner sphere.
No!
Because the rest of the
Page
sphere,
111 tells us what's happening around the sphere. The Lyran
the
Caliban
Lyrans are
Who hate them.
shitting
exploding.
themselves to death.
Shitting themselves. They'd be infuriated. They'd want to
The Duke-
kill him.
Yeah, the Duke is absent. The Jade Falcons are absent. So they're seizing
No
Jade
one has
Falcon
any
territory.
idea what's going on, and there is
Clan
a
Hel-
massive power
yeah.
gap.
Oh god.
Clan
Uh,
Hell's
we're-
forces.
They
Fuck,
shit
fuck
themselves
you
and
if you
do
like
nothing.
the
Stealing more
Commonwealth.
of Jade Falcon territory.
They
Free
decide,
Worlds
by the
League.
way. By the way, stop for a second with Hell's Forces,
Alright.
because this is the stupidest shit.
Oh god.
They have a straight run for Terra if they want to take it. They are the only clan with a large mobile force left, with the numbers and the manpower to take Terra.
But they
Even
know
with
their
the
role.
communications gap, they could still make a mad dash, sacrifice their holdings like the Wolves and the Falcons did, and claim Terra if they really
No,
wanted to.
okay, hear me out. You
Hell.
say this? Think about it. The Wolves Dragoon could just sell them up the river by saying, hey, look, these fuckers. These twice
Here's how you get through
backstabbing
the
fuckers.
barrier. Yeah, here's how you get through the barrier. They
The
proceed
remnants of
instead.
Falcon. The Falcon, like the last few Falcons could even be like, yeah, like they collectively...
Guess what? Guess what these fuckers do instead? They shit themselves, and
Of
they do
course.
fucking nothing, because they decide instead to do this thing called Operation Stampede into the former Jade Falcon occupation zone. You know, rather than say take what they can out of the corpse of the Wolf Empire, move themselves to a position where they can take Terra, do, rational things.
do
Mongolian things.
competent things. Not
Yes,
even
instead,
smart. Competent.
They shit themselves and do nothing.
Well, they also can just build more mechs.
Well, you don't understand. The script tells me that I can't do it. It's not my turn yet. I have to do what the script tells me, Vegeta.
So Operation Stampede
Fucking
is basically
Christ.
we're going to take over the Jade Falcon zone. And
And then to Terra.
also fight the Ghost Bears, because
Yes. Now, next up, the Free Worlds
Uh,
League.
not exploding for once.
Well, no,
I mean,
Captain
there's a few
General
times where it did
Jessica Merrick
fine.
was assassinated in 3148, and her successor has seen the return of the Regulan fiefs to the Free Worlds League.
Okay.
They're actually doing pretty well. They're looking at former Wolf Empire worlds and kind of annexing them. They've got their clan protectorate from all the clanners that do not want to be part of this bullshit. that's
In
going on.
fairness, several times the Free Worlds League has actually come pretty close to doing well. What usually happens is their captain general dies. I'm looking at you, Peter Merrick.
Also, Cody, rest of the Inner Sphere, thrown little Molotov.
Yeah, that's all you gotta do.
Now, compelling confederation is. Let me put it like this, and I hate that I have to say this. They have won.
Yeah,
What?
they won the most out of everyone.
Confederation. The compelling confederation is the only inner sphere power at this point that has not gotten kicked in the teeth.
Not only that, but here's the other thing. You know how they usually have to worry about being pincered between the Free World Leagues and the Suns?
Guess what? The Suns are fighting the Draconis Combine right now in a death
They're
war.
distracted. And on top of that, the Free World League is too busy focusing on other things that they actually have a temporary
The Free
peace
Worlds League
arrangement.
is actually consolidating their position after finally reuniting.
And on top of that, they have a detente along their front lines. So if they really fucking wanted to, they could have just chosen to, I don't know, skull fuck and rape the wolves off of the planet.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
let's-
Guess what?
They could
There's
have.
They
a book
kind of
on
do
that.
that. The best part of this, the IlClan's eyes only, is the absolute coping that it requires from the IlClan of why are we still alive? Oh god. Oh fuck.
So
The
this
Capellans are right there.
House Liao victory.
Next, the
only
Federated
reason
Sons.
why that they aren't wiped out by Liao is that Liao is ran by a genuine insane dude at this point.
I mean,
That's
he
not
believes he is a
unusual.
living god.
yeah, that's. Oh no,
That's not unusual.
that's not good.
Oh no,
His
it's horrible.
Divine Eminence, the chance. Oh,
You know, the last
no.
the last time I read the Capellans doing well, it required literal God itself to force it.
In this case, I would not say that it's God itself. It's that everyone else has absolutely shot themselves in the foot.
In fairness, that's the only reason they kind of survived in the classic era at all.
I mean, yeah, but still, like in this
They
situation,
were so close to being
remember,
done.
they're the only ones with an actual solid military right now. Everyone else was either fucked by the post-jihad situation, or has been burned in the last like decade of fighting.
Yeah, he's basically male Kalima Lao. He's crazy. He's fucking nuts. That's the only like here's the thing. If they had due to plot bullshit, they can't get the W because they can't have the stupid wolves get kicked off of the planet.
I know they should win this though, which is the stupidest thing about it.
You know that would be really funny is if they just said we could do the IlClan, but what if instead, and then just fucking changes it.
It was the Capellans.
It was a Capellan op all along.
Honestly, the Capellans basically containing the wolves, the Wolf Empire, is sort of the situation right now. The Draconis Combine is getting itself fucked.
Oh, you're not talking. You don't want to talk about the Sons, the original.
No, because they're tied together. They're tied together,
yeah.
so we have to kind of talk about them together.
All right,
so
Combine
right
first.
now, no, because they're right now the Combine has stuck its tongue deep into the Federated Sons' ass and is currently licking New Avalon really hard.
It do that sometimes.
The Pope died. I think
the Pope died and got replaced by a new battle Pope.
Yes, we have a battle mech Pope.
Okay.
Yes. The main problem that the Combine has is that they've overextended their fucking selves into the Federated Sons, and the Sons are, let me put it like this, really fucking mad about it, and have an agreement with the Capellans right now that they're not going to start shit. Yeah. It's going to get bloody.
The Raven Alliance. Doing nothing.
Just sort of
exist.
Watching and waiting to see
the Rahasalag Dominion.
Doing nothing.
They're just sitting there as they do.
They're kind of sitting there like, should we do something? We should probably do something.
Should
we do something?
Well, no. We're going
to put it to a vote.
And whether that's going to turn out well. Very, very well.
Very well.
It went as well as you could expect.
And then the rest of the book is the rules for if you want to play Ultramarines Conquest of Terra.
Actually, the thing that the stuff that's really good is the TROs.
Some
of the mechs in here are really fun.
Sparrow.
I love the Ion Sparrow. The Ion Sparrow is one of my favorite light mech bastards of all time. This little bastard, this little fucker. 8/12/8 movement profile.
Oh, he's cute. Look at him.
Yes, I know, right?
Look at this little dude.
Isn't he adorable? He's got a little fake head up there where his cockpit's like on his chest.
2 anti-personnel Gauss rifles and 2 improved heavy medium lasers.
So those improved heavy medium lasers hit like a PPC or like an AC-10. They're shorter range and they have the chance to explode, and they're hot as balls. But hey, you have a light mech that can jump behind and basically deliver an AC-20 to something.
Ooh.
And it's got a partial wing. So you know that whole like, I can jump 8?
Yeah, they have some pretty insane mobility.
Is that
you can actually jump 10.
It can move
Ooh.
quite a bit. It hits like a bus. Yeah, it's probably going to fry itself
And its
after a
heat sink's
couple of
better.
rounds, but it's fine.
It's
Yep.
wonderful.
Then we have the
if
Hero
it gets hit,
Falcon.
it's gonna die, but it's really good.
Yeah.
The Hero Falcon is it's a clan medium omni-mech.
Yeah.
It's nothing like super special. I like the fact that it has a hag, which is basically clanner rotary Gauss cannon. It's kind of fun. It's not
exists.
And there's
amazing,
the
but it's kind of fun.
Firestorm.
The Firestorm is a very basic bitch.
It can run 10.
It's actually.
As
I just
a-
realized it looks like a Metal Gear. It looks like Metal Gear Rex with an arm.
It has mask and improved jump jets for crazy amounts of jumping.
This is
it's
the
really
Ed 209
fast.
with the
designed-
robot
I would've-
arm.
Honestly, I would tear out the jump jets then.
No, it's designed to kill infantry and elementals with basically extreme prejudice.
Then we have
It does what it
Storm
needs.
Wolf with a wolf. Oh, it's got like a dog cockpit head.
Yes, and it also has a rotary autocannon 5. Clan made,
Ooh.
which, hey, a lot of DACA. Laser anti-missile system, supercharger mask, jump jets. It's a really mobile mech.
Then we have the Thresher Mark II. Hey, we have a summoner at home.
Well, that's the thing. The summoner is based off of the original Thresher frame.
I do like the
Oh.
talk to the hand that it's giving in its art.
It does have that going for it.
It's
a decent design. Nothing amazing. The Sojourner is actually one of my favorite omnis of this era.
It's a fat boy, but it has a lot of different
options. It's a
options.
chunky boy, but it has a lot of pod space to play with.
It has
And
good scanners. It looks like just because of the big thing.
It's a 4/6. It's a 4/6 mech with a mask.
Wait, hold on, Coyote. The Draconis aren't even controlled by the Curetans?
No, not really.
No, there's another dynasty. Well, I'll get into that in a second.
Oh.
So basically,
weird.
but there was during the Dark
weird.
Age, there was a civil war inside the Draconis Combine, and the current leader is descended from a branch of the Curetan family through the guy that was in the cartoon show. I'm not even joking.
Yep.
But then next we have the Dominator.
The Dominator's okay.
It's a
a
little
clan mech with an
over-designed for my
ERPBC
tastes.
and a targeting computer.
I didn't like the Wolf one for being over-designed. This one's a little over-designed too.
This is also over-designed,
And then
but it's not as badly over-designed.
at 85
arguably.
tons.
It's a pity.
the
It's a
Jade
heavy
Phoenix.
fucker.
I
Oh, yeah.
like this mech.
It's an 85-ton mech that technically can jump.
Not only that,
not
but
just
it
technically.
has chicken energy, so I like it.
The Jade Phoenix is one of my favorite assault mechs of this era.
I call it the fat turkey.
Cool. It is a really cool design in terms of how it works.
It has the wings, which allow it to jump a little more than you'd think for an assault mech.
Yes, it can actually jump 4.64 if you really wanted it to.
Which
the
is pretty
baseline
fucking good for a heavy piece of shit like this.
Actually, sorry, 4.66, which
That's
is
pretty good for a heavy
scary.
mech.
It's really good. It has a decent amount of heat sinking. It can be a really good energy boat. It's a very nice.
Decent stuff like that. It's relatively mobile. What else did you get here?
It could be better, but it's pretty good for what you're getting out of a clan. It's a clan assault mech. It's going to be good.
It has decent weaponry, but nothing like it has a hag.
Its armor could be a little higher. There's a few the complaints I have about it are like,
but it's fine.
Yeah, the complaints I have about it are like
it's a little
still clan assault mech,
but it's fine.
But it's really mobile for a clan assault mech. Like jumping 4.6, again, a 4.66 movement profile is kind of crazy,
especially for its weight class. That's the thing.
Right. It's really mobile for its weight class, which is kind of amazing.
My only issue is I think it needs more armaments, but hey, that's fine.
There's the Amarok, which is basically what if we made an Atlas at home?
Look, it's the Atlas at home.
And
then
to be fair to it, it's a faster Atlas. It has more. It has a similar-ish purpose in the battlefield, and it's got hardened armor, which is it's a tough boy.
Armor. It has SRM capacity. It has some pretty impressive RACs.
A supercharger to counteract the fact that heavy armor slows you down. A decent amount of heat sinking.
Big fuck off laser. Rotary A5. AC5. Yeah, that's fine.
PPC, clan, PPC capacitors, streak SRMs. It's solid. Like,
and then the Crucible.
The Crucible is where I go like, okay, now you bring this to a table, I'm telling you to go fuck yourself.
I want 4 Gauss weapons.
I want 4 Gauss weapons on a
jump jets.
On a jump jet
100-ton
capable
mech.
mech.
Gee, Crucible, why did the IlClan give you
This
4 Gauss weapons?
Stone Rhino look like it's like this is something that the Stone Rhino looks at and goes, "You're compensating."
Jesus wept. It has look at all those Gauss rifles.
4 Gauss rifles and a micro pulse laser just because funny. This thing also has enough ammo to fire all those Gauss rifles an entire match. Doesn't need to care about it. Doesn't need to care about heat. Doesn't need to care about any of that.
Yeah, it has no issues with heat at all. That's fucked up.
It has 12 double heat sinks.
That's fucked up.
This mech cannot generate that much heat.
So if you really wanted to make people hate you more, what you could do is take some of those doubles out and add more shit on it because you just freed up more.
How about another Gauss rifle?
Another one. 5 Gauss. Gee, Crucible, why do you get a 5th Gauss rifle?
Wait a minute. A Gauss rifle only takes up 6 spaces? How about I take out the hip, the upper and lower leg actuators, and the foot actuator, and just put in a Gauss rifle?
Its design quirks make it a little bit worse than you'd think, but that's like, oh, whatever.
Who gives a shit? It can't overheat, really. Like, it literally can't. It has
it is
that
basically
much.
You sit this somewhere, and you giggle because they made the Gausszilla again. And
so anyway, I started blasting.
Yeah, basically,
that's what it is.
Damage.
No, the best part is since it's a sniper. Okay, if you really want to be a jackass, okay, hear me out. You station these pieces of fuck in an area like, I don't know, like let's say it's a little too big to hide in the woods, but you just put it on a hill. Have fun, fucko.
You put it on a hill in a woods tile, and you just laugh. Like, you're not shifting this thing. It's a fucking 100-ton mech.
It's got jump jets.
Oh no, and hear me out. And then you give it that. Then you get the really heavy guy that we talked about with the other jump jets that give it insane mobility, and have it be its spotter, aka support.
So we end this bullshit book with
a couple of good mechs. That's about it.
Now, they also have the stat sheets for them, along with some alternate variants for the various mechs that are available. Some of these are really fun. I almost forgot. Right, one of the Jade Falcon variants uses improved jump jets, so it goes 4, 6, 7.
Yep, that makes it even better.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is the only part of the book that isn't the equivalent of watching. This is the only part of the book that's not the equivalent of trying to do surgery by removing your own infected appendix. Holy shit. So I'm rating this book trash. I don't know about you guys, but I have to rate it trash. It's required for the current setting, but A, I don't like that setting. B, fuck Clan Wolf. And C, it should have culminated in Alaric dying screaming from the Wolf's Dragoon throwing his shattered carcass out of the building.
Let me put it like this. This book was necessary, and it got us one of the best books of this era, which is the aftermath of what's going on in the Jade Falcon Zone. That whole setting of the Hinterlands is... Well, no, the Hinterlands is great. I love the Hinterlands.
No, but what you could have done is you could just, like, you didn't need this book. You could have just had Clan Jade Falcon get its shit pushed in a different way, and it would have gotten a similar result. It didn't have to culminate in this direction in this way. It's mandated, unfortunately, due to the requirement of how to end the jihad, but did it really have to result in the Wolves Dragoons buck broken walking away for getting 30 shekels? No.
The Wolves Dragoons are going over, if I remember correctly, to Merrick, and basically like, so, you know, how much we fucking hate these guys. Yeah.
No, but the problem is they shouldn't even be in the capacity where they are. They should have just. I'm gonna be honest. Alaric should have just been shot. I would have shot him. I would have just shot him right then
yeah.
and there. Clan Wolf making it, sure. Him, no. He would have been killed. I would have killed him. Like that part of the book actually pisses me off. I think I hated it more. Like, remember when I had for those who curious, look at the Operation Klondike video. I think it's like 4 hours long
What
almost.
can you do for a Klondike bar? It's like 3 hours because I have to explain shit to you and try to
And
say
I
no, it's
lost
not
my
that
fucking mind.
bad. Because I know that books like the Jihad books existed that I knew you were gonna hate.
This was the equivalent of removing an infected splinter from somewhere very sensitive.
This was not the worst.
There's a couple of parts that were horrible, and there's a lot of parts that were entertainingly bad. Like, anything that covers strategy and operations in this book are fucking hilarious. Jade Falcon lost to random fucking Stone Age. I'm sorry, but in my canon, they lost to the equivalent of the Ewoks, the Brazilian equivalent to the fucking Ewoks. They lost to a non-contactable Stone Age tribe. This is peak stupidity. Also, Clan Wolf got their shit pushed in by horses, which is funny. It's funny to me. Now, admittedly, those horses actually surprisingly make sense because, hey, guess what horses can do, especially on heavier mechs? Get you up on them so you can blow their legs off.
And I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure the Descendants of Gold ship fought off the Jade Falcon mechs. You know they did.
Oh god, yes.
Oh my god. Don't even. The Stego clan still rules.
Also, straight up, the way they had every fucking faction hold an idiot ball to prevent them from just skull fucking Clan Wolf. Hell's Horses in particular is damning. Completely damning. So yeah, horrible book. It has good mechs in it, but that doesn't save the whole. That doesn't save the equivalent of reading 160 pages of Afterbirth. And it has an Admiral Thrawn moment in the form of a guy who literally was dead before coming back, just so he could lose in the dumbest way possible. Holy shit! So yeah, that's the IlClan and how they. I think it made Operation Klondike, which at least makes sense if you know the situation they were in, and if it was written better. It makes it look like a fucking masterful piece of work, at least from my opinion.
I think Klondike is still worse.
Probably. You had to explain a lot of things, and I screamed how many times? Multiple. It was bad.
Like Klondike. There's a lot of things in Klondike where I'm like, okay, I understand why they're trying to do this. I understand why they're trying to explain this early clan period to everyone. I understand that they're trying to do this. It's just that it isn't usable game material in a lot of cases. It's very specifically for scenarios.
I mean,
right?
you got the hilarious time. Like they had multiple planetary campaigns. Like, in fairness, they had to fight multiple planets at the same time to establish a base point.
Right.
But them losing to Space Afghanistan, it's only been beaten by this book where they lost to literally the Ewoks. I'm sorry. At this point, I envision Clan Jade Falcon losing to the fucking Ewoks. That is now canon in my Battletech. I don't know for next week. I don't necessarily dislike the idea of either covering Hinterlands or the reunification war that Coyote mentions.
Well,
Either
if
sounds
we're making this
interesting
month
to me.
animal themed, maybe we'll think of something more animal themed.
I got options if you want to talk about werewolf. Like, we could cover some of the other Rage Across books, for example. I don't know. I kind of feel like getting back into BattleTech a little more often because it's been a while since we've covered it, and this was interestingly trash, so to speak. I kind of want to read a decent book in between, or another crap book. I don't know at this point. We could always cover the Alien book. That'd be funny. That would be really funny. Yeah, we'll see. But I will say that we'll probably cover BattleTech a little more often, you know, rather than less than once a
Well,
year.
we'll try to cover it more. There's a lot of interesting BattleTech books.
Yeah, like Hinterlands. We might cover
There's
that
some
next. Who knows?
the Tamar Rising, because one of the things I love about this era, the IlClan era that's coming out, is a lot of it is sort of this free for all, because the status quo got thrown up in the air enough that a lot of these weirder periphery like factions and landscapes could sort of exist.
Hey, maybe the
Uh,
Tarians will finally be able to retake the complete. No, fucking
no,
no, no. The only way
no.
that happened is if the dice. Oh god, I'll get into that off stream. But there's some really funny fuck the Suns dice I've seen in something that made me laugh really fucking hard. But no, straight up, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's in BattleTech that we've only scratched the surface of. And while I'm much more casual than these guys are, I'm not against looking at schlock or entertaining. I did, after all, very much enjoy the Great House books that we covered.
Oh yeah, the Great House books are some of the best material that BattleTech made.
So yeah,
They're
next week
all
is a bit of a
very well
freebie, I
created
think.
for their era, and it's really fun.
So next week will be a bit of a free for all. We don't really know. It'll be kind of like what they're gonna have happen to Earth again. So we'll see. Have a good night, everyone.
Next.